Hey, welcome to this week's Mortgage Minute with Mitch. So we had two big market movers this week as far as headlines go. The first one being Jerome Powell's speech. So the head of the Federal Reserve, when he talks, people listen, the markets respond. And this week was no different. However, what was different was his attitude. Now, he's been very bullish, he's been very aggressive, and he's repeatedly stated the risk of doing too much is outweighed by the risk of doing too little, which means he'd much rather overdo it with these rate hikes than not do enough. Now, this week was the first time he actually changed his attitude just a little bit, and he came out and said that, you know what, we might start to slow things down. And a lot of experts have said, like, hey, take it easy, let's not be too aggressive, we need to let these rate hikes kind of work their way through the economy. So he might start to see things that way, it might be starting to, at least that's the hope, and the markets responded very favorably to that news. So this month when the Fed meets, the expectation is now, instead of 75 basis points, only a 50 basis point hike. So we'll see where that takes us. Now, the other big mover was the jobs report, and this is where it gets a little goofy. So earlier in the week, we got the ADP jobs report. Now, it is a kind of the secondary measure, and it is not the official one that the Bureau of Labor Statistics released this morning. But the ADP report came out and showed 127,000 jobs created. The expectation was 200,000. So believe it or not, that was kind of good news, because slowing down job creation or job growth is actually helping with inflation. So the report came out this morning from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and instead of 127, it was more than double at 263,000 jobs created in November. So markets initially responded terribly. We saw rates shoot up this morning over 60 basis points. However, since then we've recovered all of that, and we're actually in the positives. We might end the week positive. And the reason being, when you really dig into this information, it gets a little goofy. Now, what I mean by that is, when it comes to two major industries, you have manufacturing and construction. Right now, those are being hit. Those are slowing down tremendously. We know that. However, the Bureau of Labor Statistics report showed increases in both of those: 14,000 in manufacturing, 20,000 in construction. So it almost doesn't make sense. It's counterintuitive to what we're actually seeing out there. So that being said, I think a lot of investors started to digest this a little bit more, and that's why we're seeing this positive rebound, because it almost doesn't make sense. I almost expect some kind of revision coming. We'll see. But that being said, those are the two major movers. We are looking good. We're priced out a little bit better than we were even last Friday. So hopefully this momentum continues. So the weekend ahead looks pretty good. I mean, a little milder temperatures. The last few days have been cold, so we need to ease into winter. I don't like being thrown right into it. The Browns welcome their new quarterback. So finally, Deshaun Watson, it is his team. He's going to take over the reins in Houston this weekend. I'm sure he's not going to get a warm welcome from his old team, but we'll see what happens. Cavaliers did pretty good this week. I mean, they went 2-2, but they are still holding on to third place in the Eastern Conference. Not too bad. Unfortunately, our Buckeyes took a beating last weekend and lost to the team up north. Not a bad first half, but second half just got destroyed. So wish me luck this weekend, though. It is actually my head coaching debut. So third grade boys basketball for St. Albert. Wish me luck. As always, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know. We'll see you next week.